Watson here from AccuQuilt, and I am here today with a very fun unboxing from AccuQuilt. I'm excited to announce that I am one of their very brand new go-getters, which is going to be a brand ambassador for their company. Now, I have to tell you, I've been very excited to work with AccuQuilt for a long time. I've been wanting to use their systems. I hear how accurate they are, but the stars never really aligned until recently when they got a new marketing director who happened to be a very good friend of mine that I knew from another company. So everything kind of worked out. She invited me to come on board, and I'm excited to tell you more about the AccuQuilt products, which I'm going to use myself. So we're going to kind of do this together. So first of all, they sent me 3 big boxes of stuff in the mail, and I want to show you what I got. The first thing I got is the big cutter, the Go Big. So we'll move this out of the way. This sucker is big and heavy and powerful. I love how it comes in a cute little bag, which maybe I'll store it in the bag. Maybe I'll use the bag for something else. Here's the big reveal. This thing is going to do a lot of cutting for me. So sometimes I'm intimidated by big machines, but I think this is going to be pretty awesome. So we open it up here. I'm not going to show you how it works today. That'll be a separate video, but I just want to show it to you. There's all this wonderful space. I got the biggest cutter because I know that I'll be able to do the most cuts and the biggest pieces. So this is what the cutter looks like. There's a little button here, which I'm assuming you can push the button and you don't have to do like the crank on it. And so I can't wait to try that out. So that's what the cutter itself looks like. The hardest thing I'm gonna have to deal with now is figuring out where I'm gonna keep it. That'll be fun too. And it came with this little box, very important. It says stop, don't cut anything until you read the manual. No problem, I will read the manual. But let's see what we got in here. This is what comes with the big cutter. It has make every cut count. It's got a pattern idea book. So this will be really good. I will definitely read this before I start. And it comes with a set of dies. Now, for those of you that don't know die cutting, the idea is that you get exact cuts and you can cut through several layers at a time. So this comes with a Flying Geese 3.5 by 6.5. That's going to give you 3 by 6 inch finished blocks. The main thing that I'm excited about working with AccuQuilt is half square triangles. I don't know about you, but it is very frustrating having to cut large half square triangles and trim them down. So I'm assuming by working with the die cutter, they're gonna cut in perfect size and no trimming needed. So I can't wait to do that. And then it also comes with a mat. So you're gonna need a cutting mat to do the die cutters with, which like I said, I'll show later. So that's what's in this box. And then finally, nothing too exciting. This is the power cord. So I will figure out how all of this works together and come back with some more. This is just the first box. I'm going to show you 2 more boxes in just a second. All right, now I'm excited to show you what came in AccuQuilt box number 2. I love getting Happy Mail, don't you? So first of all, I got the big set, the 12-inch mix and match blocks. It's got Eleanor Burns on the back, who I've been a big fan of hers, and she and I know each other pretty well. Maybe one day that'll be me on the cover, you never know. Anyway, so this is the 12-inch dies that mix and match, and then I got some English paper piecing dies. So let's open these up and take a look. I have to say I really love how they packaged this. So I just pulled the little top off here, and it comes in this cute little set, like little books, so I can kind of put them on my bookshelf. So first of all, what do we have here? Let's take a peek at this one. I love how AccuQuilt has everything organized. So this comes in like a little book, and you just open it up. It's almost like an album, and it's got the dies inside here. The dies, and I guess that's called the dies, the mat, not the mat, that comes with it too, but the actual die that does the cutting. And so I've unwrapped one of these already, but what's really nice about this is not only does it kind of show you some blocks that you can make with it, but here is what the actual die looks like. So this makes a 6-inch finished unit of quarter square triangles. And I love how they've offset it. That kind of helps so that it doesn't ruin the mats as much, so you get more use out of the mats when you're cutting. So you're just gonna line up your fabric so that the grain line kind of matches the angle of the dies, and that's gonna work really, really well. So I love that it comes with that in this. So it comes with the quarter square triangle 6-inch die, and then the half square triangle 6-inch die. So that's some good big half square triangles. And then this is just some nice squares, which you would think, you know what, I can just cut squares, but this is gonna be faster. So that's what comes in that little set. Then let's see what else we have here. I love making a mess on my table. The next set is going to be, so we can open this up. Oh, this is going to be some more shapes. We've got some parallelograms, we've got some rectangles. So just imagine the possibilities. I love designing with basic shapes, so I can't wait to design with some really fun shapes like this. So it has all the dies you need to make a 12-inch finished block, and the die itself is, I'm gonna look at it, it's a 45-degree parallelogram. So it makes a parallelogram that is 3 inches by 4 1/4 inch finish. But the wonderful thing is you don't have to worry about all that. You just have to know how big is my finished block gonna be. Everything is numbered, everything is coded. As long as you use everything in the same system, it's really, really simple to follow. And then this one makes a 3-inch by 6-inch rectangles. So it makes this really fun block right there. So that's gonna be really, really cool. All right, so that's next. Cannot wait to start playing with this stuff. We have here, oh, this is the Getting Started DVD and cutting mat. So I want to make sure I watch that, learn how to do this. This is the big cutting mat for the big go cutter. So that's really cool. I know I'm going to definitely use that. And then this little piece right here, this is a lot of stuff. This is awesome. This makes, dies number 2, 5, and 6. Like I said, every die is numbered, as well as it has a longer number too, like a skew. But anyway, this comes with all these wonderful pieces. This is a 4 3/4 by 4 1/4 inch square. Oh, square on point. Oh my gosh, you guys, squares on point. It is so hard to get the math perfect on that. So you got a square on point. You've got a 3-inch finished square that's going to go with them. Then you have a 3-inch, what was this? What's the difference between these two? Oh, half square triangle. 3-inch finished half square triangle and 3-inch finished square. I'm just looking at this stuff for the first time. This is going to be the first time I'm using this system, but I'm really, really excited. So that was everything that came in the Mix and Match 12-inch block dies. Then the other thing that I got was English paper piecing. I know that's super, super big. I'm going to be teaching on a trip to Spain in the spring, in March of 2022, and I had to design a hand-pieced English paper piece project because we're not going to have any machines. So I designed a project, which I'll tell you more about later, and these are the dies that I'm going to be able to use. So again, it's really cute in a little thing that looks like a little bookshelf, and we have, everybody loves, you know, EPP, English paper piecing. So what do we have here? Oh, okay, this is what I'm really excited about. So first of all, let me pull this thing out of here. This comes with your basic hexagon. So these are all 1-inch finished sides. That's how you do hexagons for EPP. You base on the side, and this is 1-inch finish. So check out, this is the die to make the hexagons, but it also comes with a die to cut out the papers. If you like to make, if you like to do your EPP by hand, where you have a little paper inside of it, these will cut out the papers. So you have the bigger die right here that you're going to cut the fabric out. You've got the little papers, and it's hard to tell, but there's a little hole in the middle so that when you use papers inside of your fabric, you can easily pull them out. I cannot wait to get started on that. It's going to be fun putting all of this back away. And then a couple more. This is the half hexagons. So you can make half hexagons with this one. And then what do we have? Oh, and then some more. Let's see, I'm not sure what the difference. Half hexagon, 1-inch finished sides. Oh, the paper, of course, right. So this is the hexagons, half hexagons, and this is the half hexagon papers. But wait, there's more. So we've got the full hexagons, we've got the half hexagons. Those of you that are pros are probably laughing at me stacking all this stuff up, but this is like kid in a candy store. I can't wait to play with all this stuff and make a big mess. Get one of my kids to clean this up a little bit later. All right, so here's some more shapes. We'll just kind of pull these out real quick. Oh wait, this way. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever played with this stuff, so this is kind of fun. So we have, I'll just kind of open these up. We are gonna have, let's see if I can read upside down. Equilateral triangles. Okay, so we have 1-inch equilateral triangles. We have the 1-inch equilateral triangle papers. We have the 60-degree diamonds and the 60-degree diamonds for the paper. So like I said, this is gonna keep me busy with some EPP. And then finally, we have a pattern book and cutting mat. So if I didn't want to design my own patterns, I could take a look at all of the fun little blocks and then the little tiny mat that goes here. So all of that was in box number 2. I can't wait to dive in. I have one more box to show you and then I'll get started. All right, I'm back with box number 3 of my Happy Mail from AccuQuilt. I cannot wait to play with all this stuff. So the first thing I got is I got a lot of patterns and idea books. You can get these, sometimes some of them will come with some bonus things, some of them you can order separately, but lots of really good ideas on how to mix and match all these blocks. This is English Paper Piecing Made Easy. This one is called Go Outside the Box with Eleanor Burns. And what I really like about AccuQuilt is I like that there's so much pattern support. There's books that you can buy, there's free patterns, there's purchase patterns, all kinds of stuff, especially on their website. Lots and lots of resources. You can go down a rabbit hole. And then the Go Cube Mix and Match blocks and quilts. So lots of good resources for you guys to try out. As well as if you want to design like I do. The other thing that I got is the smaller cutter. This is the Go Me, and the difference between the Go Me and the bigger one that I just showed you is the sizes that it can cut. So this smaller one is a really good companion, and it can hold up to 6-inch dies. The larger one holds up to the 12-inch dies. So this one is the hand crank, doesn't require any electricity, and then you can just push the die through with your fabric. This one will get a lot of use when I'm making 6-inch units, and then the other one will be for the larger units. So I can't wait to put them both together. And then in this little box, I also got a little 6-inch cutting mat, and it came with 2 of the dies, the 3 by 3-inch half square triangles to make, and some block diagrams, and then the 3 by 3-inch quarter square triangles to make quarter square triangles, broken dishes blocks. So I really like how the math works. You've got 3 inches, you've got 6 inches, you've got 12 inches, and of course this is just the tip of the iceberg. It also comes with a pattern and idea book. So all of these little goodies right here come with the Go Me, which is the smaller cutter. So we'll put all those off to the side. And then I requested a couple of the other larger dies to go with the 12-inch cutter because of some quilts that I'm gonna make. So I'm really excited about it. The first one is the Angles Companion Set. This one I'm really excited about because it makes some of my all-time favorite shapes, which I'll show you in just a minute. You got the cute little bookends there. I'm getting the hang of how to pull these things out now. I cannot wait to dive in and do this stuff. So you've got your booklet, kind of your getting started booklet, DVD, cutting mat. So again, another one of the really nice large 12-inch cutting mats. And then the angles, these are so exciting. Okay, so first of all, I've got kites. So I don't know about you, but I never make the kite block because it's really hard to cut. But with this specialty cutter, it makes it easier. So you've got this little kite unit. These ones make trapezoids. And so these are gonna be 6-inch finished squares, then you pair them up to make a 6-inch finished block. So these 12 inches are very versatile because you can make smaller 6-inch size units and then you can combine them to make a 12-inch block. But this is what I'm really excited to show you. I love making triangle and a square blocks. In fact, there's a quilt behind me, the little sneak peek I haven't really talked about much, but there's this little triangle and a square block that I always have to either use a template or a specialty ruler to cut it out, but AccuQuilt makes a die to make it. I love the 6-inch finished triangle and a square block. And so let me show you the dies that come with that. So first of all, you have the triangle right here. And the thing of it is, whenever you're working with triangles, they're not easy like squares. And what I mean by that, they're easy to sew, but the cutting is really funky because you have to add a different measurement. It's not always 7/8 of an inch. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. For the triangle and a square block, this is different. It's not a 60-degree triangle, so it's like a really weird angle. So this doesn't fit, even though it's a 6-inch finished block, the whole thing unfinished is larger than 6.5. So this will not work on the 6-inch cutter. You need the 12-inch cutter because the piece is bigger than 6.5 inches, if that makes sense. So this is the center triangle that you need. And then it comes with the side triangles, if I can pull these out here. Most of these are still shrink wrapped. I open up a couple pieces so that I can play around with them a little bit more. This next one that I'm pulling out for you is the, what is it? Not half square triangle, half rectangle triangles. So this is this piece that if you did a rectangle and cut a rectangle in half, But again, you can't cut it from corner to corner because triangle math is weird. So this right here makes the sides that go with this. So one center and two of these, and these are mirror images, so you need a left and a right triangle. Anyway, out of the whole AccuQuilt cutting system, this is my favorite all-time shape. And so I'm gonna be doing some patterns making them. I'm gonna be doing a lot with these dies. In addition to that, so that was the companion, that was called the Angles Companion Set. I also got one more companion set called the Corners Companion Set. So right now, I'm just kind of in a wash of all this stuff. It's a little bit overwhelming, but I'm really excited. And the really nice thing about it, with each of these little books, with the dies, they actually have the numbers on them. So if you're not sure which die is which, this one right here is shrink wrapped. You can't really see it, but on the edge, it's gonna tell you which die it is and which number so you don't get confused. So for the corner angles, you have this shape called chisels, which is kind of like a square with a half square triangle connected to it, so you don't have to have an extra seam, and it makes a really fun pinwheel block. And then you have this kind of funky signature block, which is kind of like, I don't know, it's the center of a square, and so it makes these really fun signature blocks. And so that's kind of a really good shape. And then let's see, what else do we have here? I'm telling you, it's like Christmas, opening up all this fun stuff. And then the other one I'm really excited about, oh, bow ties. Who loves making bow tie blocks? I sure do. So bow ties or snowball blocks. So those, a lot of times the traditional way is to sew a square and then to sew a smaller square on the corner, cut it off, trim, flip it, and then you have lots of extra little waste and they don't always line up. This right here is gonna give you an accurate cut on the bow tie blocks. And then you have some more smaller half square triangles, which are going to be the corners of your bow ties. So you have the bow tie pieces themselves and you have the corners. Phew, that's a lot of stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to dive into this. And of course, each companion also comes with the information and another cutting mat. So I don't know about you guys. I think I'm gonna be set for a while. I'm gonna be designing, I'm gonna be cutting, I'm gonna be sewing. If you wanna see where I'm gonna be sharing all this stuff, you can just go to my blog at KristaQuilts.com. I will also, anytime I make a video, I will upload it to my Krista Quilts YouTube channel, and I plan on doing more of that. And I just hope you guys will come with me for this adventure as I dive into AccuQuilt, designing, cutting, sewing, and above all, more accuracy and more speed so I can finish more quilts faster. So Krista here from Krista Quilts. Thanks for checking out, and I hope you guys want to play with these as much as I do. Bye-bye.